Did you know that both Jaime Lannister and Euron Greyjoy from Game of Thrones were both Danish? The actors at least? Or Aragorn from Lord of the Rings? I have now made many videos about Denmark as a country, but in this video I want to go through 5 Danish people you totally must know. And we'll start from the person that you all for sure have heard about, and that is Queen Margrethe II of Denmark. Recently, she celebrated her 50 years on the throne by riding roller coasters in Tivoli and even managed to keep her hat on through the whole ride. Margrethe is not only brave enough to take a roller coaster ride, but she has also had military training and was awarded the Female Air Force Corporal title. So the queen is a very versatile person, and in her free time she likes to draw, she designs ballet costumes and makes Christmas ornaments for the royal Christmas tree. She has often appeared on state receptions wearing like her own creations, and including what she calls like her happy raincoat, made from tablecloth type wax cloth fabric. So Margrethe is very close to her people, and you can see it in person when she comes out for parades, where she stands up tall above the crowd, and that's not only because, she's the queen of course, but also because the queen is 1 meter 82 centimeters tall. And there are a lot more royals though, right? So when it comes to the royals, I personally can't care too much about them, but hey, take the case of tabloid fodder Prince Nikola as well. So Queen Margrethe has 2 sons, so that's Frederick and Joachim in turn had 2 sons in his first marriage. One of them, Prince Nikolai, who is in his early 20s. And you can see the picture of this, young prince on the cover of the French Vogue magazine, because this handsome Danish man was working as a model only a couple of years ago as well. And like his grandmother, the queen, Nikola is also a jack of all trades, you could say. So apart from being a model, he also took training in the Royal Danish Army as a sergeant at school, and also is studying in the Copenhagen Business School, where he's now enjoying the capital life in Copenhagen. Moving on from the Danish royal family to the cinema and art world, you probably have heard of the Danish actor Mads Mikkelsen. Even if you don't watch Danish movies, there's still a big chance that you have seen Mads Mikkelsen in, for instance, Doctor Strange, or Rogue One, which is one of the Star Wars spin-offs, or even in James Bond's Casino Royale, which personally is one of my all-time favorite movies. And it's said that he also will be showing up in Indiana Jones 5 when that comes out in 2023, so I'm at least personally very much looking forward to that. Despite being an actor, Mads Mikkelsen hardly ever watches television or goes to the movie theater. However, he has admitted himself that he likes watching The Walking Dead with his son, and he found it very addictive. So what does Mads like? So there's a lot of things. For instance, he likes reading comics, cooking Asian food, he likes drinking beer like a true Dane, and you have probably seen the commercials as well. So he likes riding a motorcycle and not a bicycle, so again going back to commercials, and he likes spending time with his family. So he's also a former gymnast and a ballet dancer, and wait for it, he speaks 5 languages, so that's Danish, English, French, Spanish and Italian. If you have not seen any of the movies with Mads, one of my friends told me to recommend to all of you his latest film Druk, where he plays a teacher who decided to test whether drinking a bit of alcohol on a daily basis will make his life a bit more fun, and indeed it does. Another Danish actor you probably have heard about is Viggo Mortensen. So Viggo Mortensen is world famous for his role as Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but also was part of the CGI Jane, Psycho and Captain Fantastic, for instance. Viggo has dual Danish and American citizenship because, his mom was American and his father was Danish. He was born in New York, but crucially, he actually grew up and spent a lot of time of his childhood in my own native Argentina. A fun fact here is that Bigo is in love with one of the football clubs in my hometown Buenos Aires called San Lorenzo, which is not especially a good club, but it's also, funny enough, the same club Pope Francis, who's also from Argentina, is a die-hard fan of. So he even went to the stadium, especially during the big Lord of the Rings craziness or the big hype on Lord of the Rings, and got like a lot of things from there, and everyone was cheering to him, so fun story as well. Back from the detour of Argentina, so Bigo returned to America at age 11 and then also lived in Denmark for many years as a young adult. Like all of the Danes I have profiled so far, Bigo is a man of many talents, so wait for it, he speaks English, Danish, Spanish, French, and other languages he can partially speak include Catalan, Swedish, Norwegian, Italian and Arabic, and again, that's even more languages than Mads Mikkelsen. Bigo, like Aragorn in the movies, is also good with horses, so Bigo has already experienced in horses and was an experienced horseman before filming Lord of the Rings, and he did most of the horseback stunts in the movie on his own, so without using a double. And when the production of the film was over, fun fact, he actually purchased 2 of the horses he shot at the road in the movie to have him for himself. And apparently Bigo's acting career was so inspiring that his now son Henry decided to become an actor as well. And the last profile for today is moving from the world of cinema to the world of sports, and that's Caroline Wozniacki. So don't let her name confuse you. Caroline Wozniacki is in fact very Danish. She was born in the Hans Christian Andersen's hometown of Odense. So Caroline came from a sports family where her mother played volleyball and her father was a professional football player. So no wonder she got the sporting genes, and she started playing tennis when she was 7 and won her first tournament at age 13. So that's pretty young. So she's the first woman from a Scandinavian country to hold the top ranking position in tennis, and now she also won over 30 titles in the WTA tour. Beyond playing tennis, Caroline's biggest off-court accomplishment was, for instance, completing the New York City Marathon in 2014, which she did in support of a children's charity. She also enjoys other sports like football, boxing, American football as well, and also baseball. Her expertise also goes beyond the world of sports, as she also takes piano lessons and speaks, again, 8 languages. You can also see Caroline on TV in some reality shows, for instance one called Undressed at the Top, where she embarks on an adventure to conquer the tallest mountain in Africa, that's Mount Kilimanjaro, with her parents and fiancé without using any warm clothes or special equipment. Now Caroline is a full-time mom and enjoys her family life in a nice little island in the coast of Florida. So what do we take off from all this, right? So all the famous Danish men and women we have profiled on this video have many talents, as you can see. Look at the languages, that's absolutely crazy, right? That's really impressive. And it's not, again, uncommon for me in my experience in Denmark to have actually met people who have, played multiple sports, to have a lot of music instruments experience, like horseback riding, you name it, right? So actually, there's a lot of people that do this, and I find it very impressive. Plus, one thing that you can see as a trending line between these 5 people and also beyond other famous Danes, right, is that they're all humble, they're all very down to earth, despite their popularity, despite their, again, status. And again, that's also the kind of the cultural norm here in Denmark. Again, you see it live when you look into these people as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet, and next up you should watch this video over here where I go through how to piss Danes off. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again next week.